Hi, I'm Peter Gao, and I'm the lead programmer at 3 Cubed Cat Studios. And today we're going to unveil our very first project, OtherWorlds. And with me is Kenneth Lau, the art director, who will explain a little bit about the game as well as the artistic inspirations behind it.
So OtherWorlds is a first-person exploration puzzle game where the user has to use his or her knowledge of a few English idioms or proverbs to solve some puzzles in multiple rooms. These rooms have their own unique themes to them. The art style we're trying to achieve is high contrast, dynamic, vibrant colors in each of the rooms. We're hoping to achieve some nice contrasting lighting effects, such as particle effects and light rays, and really contrasting dark shadows. Lighting isn't just a way to illuminate a given room, but also to create a nice mood or environment for the player to navigate and immerse himself in.
Here's a demo of our game. As the player wakes up, he finds himself in this mysterious environment that he needs to somehow escape. In front of him are three turnkey mice that will quickly scurry into nearby mouse holes. The player must obtain all three keys from each of the turnkey mice in order to have any hope of escaping this environment. The player realizes that there are three doors that leads to three separate environments with three distinct puzzles that needs to be solved. The first door leads to the sculpture room. The sculpture room features a distinct riddle that goes something like this. Those that live in glass houses should not throw stones. Essentially, the player must find a way to break the glass house that's on top of the giant pedestal in order to obtain one of the turnkey mice and obtain one of the keys to escape. And in this room, there are lots of rocks, a bench, and a shovel. The player needs to be resourceful enough to realize that in order to break the glass house, he needs to create a makeshift catapult from the shovel, the bench, and using one of the rocks as the catapult rock. The player would have to drag the bench in the center of the room, bring one of the shovels on top of it, place the rock inside the shovel, and then bring down the chandelier in order to propel the rock into the glass house, thereby breaking it and receiving his prize, one of the turnkey mice. The player proceeds to the second room, which is the clock tower. The riddle for this room is hickory dickory dock, the mouse runs up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse fell down, hickory dickory dock. Essentially, what the player needs to do is proceed to the top of the clock, look at the current time of the clock, and jam each of the gears and cogs at each level so that the clock will stop at 1. And as it does, the mice will be ejected from the clock like a cuckoo. And once the mice is ejected, the player can pick it up, obtain the turnkey, and proceed to the third room. The last room is the conservatory. The riddle for this room is April shower brings May flowers. The player, upon entering the room, will see a wheel of season to his right, water wheel, a pond in the center, some shelves, and some pipes up top. On the far wall are pictures that act as windows to this room, which will change as the player spins the wheel of season. The player must spin the wheel of season until it falls squarely on the rain or April or spring season, which will cause the windows and the picture windows to change. And as it does, the water will flow down from the pipe, washing down one of the turnkey mice that was hiding up there. And the player can jump into the pond, grab the turnkey mice, and finally obtaining all three keys necessary to escape, head out to the main hallway, insert the keys into the main door, and venture out into the great white beyond.